as I told you when I walked in, like I love reading. And so for me, when I travel, like when we travel to different cities, I always go to like a bookstore because they're far and few between now. And so I'm excited when they told me I got to come here today. I was like, hey. Yes, please. So I'm excited. So thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. So you were talking about a book club. I was gonna ask, do you guys do book clubs? Like, how do I sign up? Where do I sign up? Like.
So
absolutely.
it's come one, come all. So we don't have like a formal roster. We announce the book every month. We have a list of all 6 books for the first part of the year.
Okay.
We usually meet at our store in Southeast.
Okay.
And everyone that wants to come on out. We always meet the first Friday of every month from 6 to 8. And we just hang out, have fun, laugh, help each other. Yeah.
What like prompted you to open up a bookstore, especially like during a pandemic, and then too when bookstores are far and few between? Like, what prompted you guys to want to open one?
I mean, it's a couple of things. What's leading me now is community, right?
Yeah.
We're just having this conversation about book clubs and stuff like that, and what it means to be able to walk into a space and be seen. Especially, for Black folk. We don't always walk into a retail space and see ourselves on the wall, see ourselves represented in the displays, but to be able to come into a space, into a bookstore, and all of the books, at least 95% of them, are told about you, with your perspective in mind, with your history in mind, that means something. So we really wanted people to come into a space and have that feeling and walk out feeling empowered.
We have 2 locations, one in Anacostia and one at National Harbor. But seeing the kids that come in, and we have, our children's area is one of our biggest sellers, right? But to see little brown kids, little Black kids come in and see themselves on the pages.
Yeah.
I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was not exposed to Black books until I went to college. And so to see young kids come in here and see that there's more to them, more than their lives, and not just slavery and civil rights, but to see themselves as scientists on the book covers, or as skateboarders, or comics. Little kids that love comic books, and to see them in those pages is important. And so there's so many studies that show that when kids see themselves on the pages, it impacts self-esteem and self-confidence. So those are reasons why we created this space.
For us as players in the WNBA, that's something that we preach on all the time, is like representation matters. For these young little boys and little girls to see, themselves in powerful positions, to see themselves in positions that they normally don't. Like being a patissier, being a scientist, being these things, it matters. And when they see that, it's like, oh, hey, I see that now. Oh, okay, I can actually believe that is what I can do. All the stuff that's happening in education systems, where they're banning different books and stuff. For me, I'm like, kids having access to truth and reading and imagination is something that's very important to me. And so seeing all this, and a lot of stuff is in Tennessee too, where I'm from, so it's really hitting home. And so for me, like even just coming in here and like seeing all these, like all the books, seeing all the Black men and women of color, like this is so important. And it's just like, it's disheartening to see that they're taking away something that should be. And I watched like an interview you guys did just about how foundational reading is. And it's just, I don't know, like I'm happy to be in here today, and like just the way things are like weaving together and just like implanting in my mind. But I'm just like, this is amazing.